not wanting to focus. Okay, so this one is 6.2. It's on pay periods and hourly rates. How can you make sure that your paycheck is correct? Okay, everybody. So, and I know we talked about this in the last paycheck. So if your paycheck is weekly, okay, you're going to have 52 paychecks per year. If you're getting paid bi-weekly, we talked about this in 6.1, you're going to get 26 paychecks per year. If you get paid semi-monthly, so that means twice a month, usually like on like the 1st and 15th, you get paid twice a month. So you're getting 24 paychecks. 12 times 2 is going to give us 24. Okay. If you're getting paid monthly, you're going to get paid once a month. So often, like the military, they'll do that. So just different companies sometimes will pay once a month. And then sometimes if you're not a salaried employee, meaning that you get paid hourly, you can get what's called overtime. So 1.5. So time and a half. Okay, so 1.5 times your pay, your regular pay. Okay. Often companies will also do this, like if you work on holidays as well. Okay. So gross pay is your pay before any taxes and deductions. Okay. And we say it's gross because you see all the money going out and you're like, where'd my paycheck go? Okay, so your net pay, or they also call this your take-home pay, okay, is after all the taxes and deductions are taken out. So your take-home pay. Okay. So looking at this, so let's say that you're paid semi-monthly. And you're paid $1,339 is your gross pay. Okay, and we want to know what's your annual salary. Okay, so we're going to take that 1,239 times 24 because you're paid semi-monthly. So we get $29,736. Okay, so that would be your annual pay. Okay, what if we go the other way? Let's say that your annual salary is $42,500. You're being paid bi-weekly. And okay, so 42,500, we're going to divide it by 26. So we get 1,634.615. Remember, everybody, 5 and up, round it up. So we're going to round that up to $1,634.22. Okay. So how much is one paycheck? So your biweekly paycheck, what is your gross biweekly paycheck? Okay. So what if everybody, you end up working some overtime, you want to know how much you're going to make, okay? So you're earning, you're making $12.25 an hour. And you work 40 hours. So 40 hours, everybody, it does depend on the company, but most companies, 40 hours is considered regular time. If you work more than 40, then you get overtime. It does depend on the jobs though. Okay, so we have this, everybody. So it's going to be the hourly wage times the number of hours worked. Okay, everybody, that's going to equal your regular pay. Okay, so that's the formula for this one, everybody. Okay, so what if you're like, well, so for overtime, okay, so for overtime, everybody, they also call it OT. Okay, so you have 40 hours times your hourly wage plus one, and you're getting time and a half. Okay, so it's going to be the hours worked minus 40 times your hourly wage. Okay, so we want to know what would be your gross pay. Okay, so let's say that you worked for 47 hours at $17 an hour. Okay, and we want to know what's your gross pay. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and calculate that. So we're going to do 40. Okay, your hourly wage, everybody, is 17 plus one and time and a half, 47 minus 40 times 17. Okay, we put that all in the calculator. Okay, so your weekly paycheck, you would get $858.50. Okay, so that would be your weekly pay with overtime. Okay, so let's do a couple examples for this, everybody. So you might have everybody, so something when you start working for a company, everybody, is direct deposit. So that means that the money is automatically deposited into your account. So they automatically deposit your paycheck, and a lot of companies, that's all they're doing. It's so automatically into your account. Okay. Your gross pay is before deductions. So minimum wage, everybody, and it does vary from state, and there is also a federal minimum wage, but the state minimum wage varies by state, so that's the lowest hourly rate. Paid to an employee. And I know it's changed in Arizona, so okay, so it does vary by state. So regular, so you heard me talk about this. So yesterday, so regular hours, that's what you're required to work, okay, if you're an hourly employee. Typically 40 hours is full time, okay. So overtime, so it's going to be over 40 hours. So everybody, if you hear overtime, okay, so that means that you're working over 40 hours. Time and a half. So 1.5 times the hourly rate. Some companies do double time. So like at the airport, they do pay double time. So 2 times the hourly rate. Again, it just varies on the job. Okay, so let's say Mike works at the store, earning $11.70. Okay, and we want to know what's his gross pay. Yep, dot, dot, dot. Okay, so let's do a couple ones. So let's say everybody that he works 30 hours. Okay, so that's going to be 30 times his regular pay of $11.70. So we get $351. What if he worked for 35 hours? So 35 times $11.70. And everybody always want to double check your paycheck. So $40, so $409.50. Okay. If you worked 40 hours, so it would be regular full time. So 40 times $11.70, get $468. So this would be for a week. Okay. What if Mikey worked overtime? Okay, everybody, so if he worked overtime, so OT. Okay, so overtime, everybody is OT. Okay, so what if he worked overtime? And we wanted to know what was the overtime rate. Okay, so we're going to take 1.5 times $11.70. So his overtime rate would be $17.55. Okay, so that's going to be his overtime rate. Okay, so that one. So what if he worked 43 hours? Okay, so it's going to be 468. Remember, that's his regular pay plus 17.55. He worked 3 hours, so over. So 40 plus 3. So $520.65. Okay. Okay, what if he worked 52 and 25 hours? Okay, everybody. So again, so 468 plus his overtime rate of $17.55 plus 12 and 25 hundredths. So we would get $682.99. Okay. What if we wanted to work backwards, everybody? Okay, and we want to know, so we have Horatio. Okay, so we worked 40 hours. Plus 5 hours of overtime. Okay. At time and a half, so 1.5. His gross pay, so we're working backwards on this one, everybody, was $570. And we want to know what's his normal hourly rate. So how much is he paid per hour? Okay, so we're going to set this up. So we're going to do 40 hours. So we're going to do 40H plus time and a half. He worked 5 hours. H, we get 570. Okay, so we're going to multiply. So 1 5/10 times 5, we get 77 5/10 hours. We're going to combine like terms. So we're going to add the hours together. So we get 47.5 hours. We're going to divide that by 47 5/10. So he would be getting $12 an hour. Okay, everybody, you've got this. Let's do one more example. Let's say for Joyce, she worked for 40 hours and had 11 hours of overtime. So I'm just going to do it. So 40 hours plus 11 hours of overtime. Her gross pay was $639.58. Okay, and we want to know what her regular pay would be. Okay, so 40H plus time and a half times 11, 639.58. Okay, so 1 5/10 times 11. Okay, we get 16.5 plus 40. Okay, we're going to combine like terms, so we're going to add those terms together. Okay, so we get 65.5. We're going to take and divide that by 56.5. And so her hourly rate would be $11.32. Okay, everybody, you got this.